So how much of an impact will younger voters actually have on the New Hampshire primary? If history proves anything, not much at all. CBS 17 is your local election headquarters, and tonight we are asking the question, why don't they show up? For every political campaign, it is consistently one of the toughest hurdles, getting potential young voters to actually be a voter.
There is a sense out there that the reason is because they're apathetic or too busy taking selfies, and so they're not really interested in politics. But the reality is they are as interested, as motivated as older Americans. They just don't follow through on those motivations.
Dr. Sunshine Hillegas teaches political science at Duke University and has co-authored a book about this very topic. She says part of the problem simply comes down to planning.
An adult who has a 9-to-5 job, what their day looks like on the first Tuesday of November, right? That's probably more predictable than if you're a college student that has a different schedule on every day, and you know that their life is not as scheduled and predictable as older people.
So as active as young people might be in whichever campaign they choose, they often don't do what matters most, vote. Dr. Hillegas says the second part of the problem is teaching students who will soon be voting age how the process actually works. She says it can be done in the classroom without getting political.
So we really want to emphasize that even if you're not willing to kind of talk about the political issues of the day because of fear about what parents might say, that there should be no opposition to increasing youth turnout.
And she says remove the hurdle by reversing when they actually register.
And they say, okay, we're going to register people to vote in the presidential election year. But in fact, the day after the election would be a terrific time to get people to register to vote.
But will it again be enough to get them to show up? That's the big question.
Well, and you want to make sure they know who they're voting for,
well,
and that they understand the process.
Absolutely. And you look at the breakdown of candidates, some of whom have very little support among younger voters, and some have a lot of support among younger voters, but they can't really necessarily count on them to show up and make them.
I remember when I was 18, that was the last thing on my mind. So.
I'm sure.